Welcome to the Whisky Couch. My name is Gustav Miller, and today I'm reviewing Old Pulteney, 12-year-old single malt from Scotland. The Old Pulteney distillery was established in 1826, and it is situated in the harbour town of Wick in the northeastern corner of Scotland. You have a look at the Scotland map right here, then you will see right up there in the northernmost bit, right there, Old Pulteney. It used to be the northernmost distillery on the mainland of Scotland, but then a few years ago, of course, Wolfburn Distillery opened. That is a bit further north than Old Pulteney. Old Pulteney is owned by Inverhouse Distillers, who also owns Balblair and the Arnold distilleries. And they can produce up to 1.5 million litres of spirit every year. Old Pulteney 12 was awarded a 90.5 out of 100 score in the Whisky Bible. So very good whisky, and there's an interesting story on the back of the gift box. It says here the wash still has no swan neck, and it is thought that when the original still was delivered, it was too tall for the stillhouse, and the manager simply insisted it was cut off. The spirit still resembles a smuggler's kettle, and both undoubtedly contribute to the distinctive character of this whisky. Once distilled, the spirit is filled into a selection of specially selected bourbon and sherry casks for maturation. So quite peculiar stills that they are using, and it is said that that is the reason for the shape of the bottle to resemble the peculiar shape of the spirit stills. So matured in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks, bottled at 43% alcohol by volume, chill filtered and also colored. Caramel coloring that is used to just maintain the same color from batch to batch, and it doesn't affect the taste of the whisky at all. In terms of aroma, malt, floral and salty. Interesting combination. Malted barley, floral notes, salty sea air. It's quite complex. I also pick up some citrus notes. Fresh fruits like apples, barley sugar, almost like a salted caramel. Beautiful deep amber, almost red golden color. The sweetness and the saltiness that combines, it's done magnificently. You can taste the sweet malt and the spices, and it's smooth, it's fruity. There's barley sugar on the tongue, there's vanilla because of the ex-bourbon casks, obviously. Cream. Slightly salty and a bit dry at the end. The finish is medium long. Dry is, there's a little bit of bitter spices, but not so much that it bothers at all. And then there's also a nutty flavor that's coming through. One of my favorite whiskies, Old Pulteney. And of course the older brother, the 21-year-old right here, that was the World Whisky of the Year. I think it was in 2012 in the Whisky Bible. Best Whisky of the Year that year. I added a few drops of water just to see what it does to the aroma and the flavor profile. In some whiskies it loosens it up, and in other whiskies it sort of mellows it down. The fruit notes is coming toward the foreground. I'm getting some peaches now. Fruit and malt aromas. Salted caramel. Fruit. I can't decide whether it's better with a few drops of water, but very good whiskey. If you want to pair this with a flavor companion, a food snack, I'd recommend you get a Lindt dark chocolate with sea salt, and I'd recommend something like that. Otherwise, I'll choose something like an aged Gouda or goat cheese on crackers, or perhaps even pear slices dusted with cinnamon. That'll be a good flavor companion for this whiskey. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you again tomorrow. More whiskey reviews, whiskey tasting and whiskey pairings to come. Slàinte.